What's good, baby? It's your boy Dale. I'm back in the saddle again. Our motto is to buy, build. We already bought it already, so we already own it, free and clear. Refinance to long-term debt, cash flow. That is the motto. Cliff, man, is that a pretty strong motto, man? What do you think?
Man, the model is strong. Like, you're getting each piece of the invest, right?
What it do, babies? It's your partners, Cliff and Dale, back in the saddle again. You see us, baby. You see that thing, man. Hold on, here we go. Now, y'all take that damn picture, y'all. Y'all see it. What, Cliff? What's going down with you, baby?
Man, doing good, man. Another good week.
Man, I was going to ask you, man, how was the week, man? Did we get the damn bag? Did we get the bag, bro?
Man, always getting it, man. Getting in. So it's going good, man. You know, looking at a couple of deals, trying to do a couple of things, man. So it's
For
rolling.
sure. We rolling, man. I got the bag too. We got the bag too. I ain't gonna lie to you, it's been a little bit challenging, man, on the financing end a little bit, Cliff, man, because man, these lenders changing a lot of this stuff, man. A lot of our banking partners, but they changed some stuff, ain't they, man?
Oh yeah, the environment. This is something different. This is a different environment. This is not normal.
This is not no week. Me and Cliff had a nice discussion today about it not being normal. Is that right, Doc?
Oh yeah. We had to get into it because it's because the environment has changed. Our strategy has got to change.
It's gotta change, man. It's gotta change, man. So, Cliff, man, let's dive into this, man, real fast, man. Let's go into this. Let's go ahead and talk about the current market condition. You know how we started off every day, guys? Every day, guys. The current market conditions, Cliff, man. Boots on the ground, Doc, as an appraiser, man. Let the folk know what's going down, man. What are you seeing as an appraiser, man? And GC, what are you seeing on the thing?
Yeah, so the market's is falling. So it was going sideways, but it broke that. It's down. It's going down. So it's going to continue to go down until interest rates change. That's it. That's it. So I think right now for me, it's one of the better times to buy at large discounts. If you got an opportunity to buy at a discount, don't take a little discount, take a big discount. Because the only people selling right now are people that have to sell.
Yes, sir. So it's safe to say, Cliff, this is a buyer's market, huh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Now, do you think it's going to be that way, man, for a long period of time, or is it is this a short term thing?
It depends. It depends on the Fed.
On the Fed.
So I think at most you're probably talking a year.
A year. So what you're saying is a lot of the big. So you're saying a lot of the big boys. I was talking to a partner of mine today, and she kind of agreed as well. And we were talking about a couple of transactions that we're talking about. We're looking at good transactions, but the numbers wouldn't make no damn sense. Number one, and then number two, what we also saw was a lot of pullback in the commercial space. As you and I were talking about how a lot of the big boys, other than us, are kind of pausing. Would you agree to that?
Right. Yeah. Because the interest rates right now don't make for, if you're just trying to buy, if you're a big company and you're trying to just buy cash flow, you just want to buy strong cash flow. Right now, the market's not for that. The prices don't match what the interest rates are.
Okay, that's cool. Let's bring in some additional counsel real fast, Cliff, man. Let's react to a thing from Patrick McDavid, them man. They were talking about a portion of the economy. The one thing that I hear a lot of the times is we have a strong employee market, right?
Right. Yep.
That's what I've been told. Well, he talks about this and he compares Alan Greenspan with the Moody chairman, okay, the one that actually runs the Moody's thing. Here we go. Listen to this.
So it says the U.S.'s chance of dodging a recession are growing given layoffs remain low. Top Moody economist, okay, he says, this is page 3. He says that maybe we're going to get past this recession and it won't even happen. The The U.S. economy may avoid a recession in 2023, according to Mark Zandi, the top economist at Moody's Analytics. He pointed to Friday's job report, which showed average hourly earnings rising by lower than expected 0.3% and unemployment rate falling to 3.5% as evidence that companies are not laying off workers. Zandi added that the wage inflation falling while employment remains high is also a good sign for the U.S. economy, as people in jobs are likely to spend more and save less, feeding into the economic growth. Many companies have put in place short-term hiring freezes and reduce workers' overall hours in an effort to lower spending. So that's what he's saying. And then Greenspan is saying, economists Alan Greenspan and William Dudley have both warned that a recession is likely coming this year. Greenspan, former Federal Reserve Chairman, stated that a recession is the most likely outcome, while Dudley, former New York Federal Reserve President, said that U.S. recession is likely due to the Federal Reserve rate hikes. Daryl Cronk, Chief Investment Officer for Wealth and Investment Management, agreed that Greenspan's prediction and argued that a recession is the likely outcome due to the combination of tightening money supply and a strong U.S. dollar and falling bank reserves. However, Cronk disputed Dudley's argument that Federal Reserve rate hikes are the sole cause of potential recession. So here's a question for you.
I'm on this page. I'm with Greenspan.
So, but why? But this other person is making a point saying, hey, it's not as bad as you think it is. Wages haven't dropped. Unemployment dropped to 3.5%. It's not just going to be a soft landing. We may even skip it. Who has a better argument?
I think Greenspan does, because I think, the Moody's side, I think when you only look at the job side of it, you don't see the capability of the consumer, and you don't see what's happening to consumers' own spending. The credit cards, he is guessing. On
He
this.
being who? From Moody's?
Moody's.
Yeah.
Moody's is guessing in an analytical way. I mean, using analytics, and they're making a guess that, we've added 223,000 jobs, and we got all these our earnings rising 0.3%. How does he, even with a straight face, look in the camera and say, well, earnings have risen 0.3% from November, when you're talking about 7-8% annual inflation, and we got statistics what's going on in credit cards. Credit cards are more expensive than ever, and the banks are saying, hey, we're looking at balances are big.
Point.
Those are hard data points.
Yeah, they
so, okay, you kept your jobs are flat and everything, but inflation is still up, and how are you making up the difference? And we just talked about what's happening to the entire mortgage and home buying industry. I don't know. I think if you just look at macro jobs, I don't think so, whereas the Fed looks at the data points of the sectors and consumer spending and things. So I tend to be on the page of Allen, and I tend to look at like the hard data. Consumers right now are not having an easy time of it. Hard data. We didn't have a crazy TV Christmas.
No, we didn't.
We didn't have a big electronics Christmas.
That's
we had
right.
a very soft Christmas at Best Buy. What does that say? That's hard data. So I'm kind of, I hope it's not here, Pat, but I'm fearful that this is a recession coming, and we're going to have layoffs with it, and then the whole thing starts turning around when we get down to that 2% inflation, and then,
Adam, what are your thoughts?
Jay Powell comes back.
By the way, when do you see
Hold on.
2% inflation being
Listen,
a
to this,
realistic
Cliff.
number?
Jay Powell says when he can see it in the future, that's when he moves it. So I kind of think he'll be able, at mid-year, he's going to be looking toward the end of the year and says, you know what, I can see 2% inflation from here.
It's funny.
So Cliff, what are your thoughts, man? Because Jay Powell's talking about when he sees it. So the question is, when do you actually see it?
I see it now.
No. I'm talking about see it as far as that 2%. Inflation rate. So you're talking about going down from, I think it's 6.5, 6.7, I believe, or 6.1, whatever it may be. When do you see that actually going back down?
To 2%?
Yes.
Years.
Ooh,
That's not.
I agree.
Now, I've been talking on this. Remember, I called this a while back that I said they're going to start slowing the rate increases. I called the 50. I called this one several months ago. I said they're going to do 0.25.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
What they should do is pause.
Yes.
They won't.
No, they won't.
Because their data is behind. And that's what I kept saying. I said all the data is saying you're using a year of statistics when you get year over year. But we all know the past 6 months ain't been like the previous, you know what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
back half of that last 6 months. That's when
Yeah.
we had record inflation.
It's
So
correct.
they're lagging bad. And if they do that and they make the same mistake they did before, which was not moving fast enough, they're going to cause devastating pain in the market. We're already seeing it. For me, they should pause. That's what I'm seeing. What do you see, Dale? What do you think they should be doing?
I will. A lot of this is these policies are really actions to control the thought process of the consumer because
Right.
we are in a debtor nation. So, as you and I talked about it, if the money is not cash flow is the engine behind debt. Okay, and if cash flow, how it is normally done is Cliff or someone actually generates a product or service. And then there's an exchange of currency there from a consumer to buying the product or service. And then with that, when there's a currency of exchange there, that is cash flow. Cash is flowing organically. But we've seen a lot of manufactured cash flow in the form of government printing a lot of money. Hence, the natural consequence of that thing is inflation. And so what has happened is the Fed has been trying to curtail this inflation by raising incrementally the interest rates. My thing was they took too long to raise it. And I think the reason that it did that is because they were trying to control the buying habits or the psyche of the consumer. Because think about it. If you go, Cliff, from a 2% rate to a 7% rate in 1 month, that's catastrophic. Would you believe? Would you agree with that?
Yeah. Yep.
Versus you going from 2, 2.5,
Right.
3. And by doing that, they thought it was more wiser to incrementally do it so that they can control the psyche of the consumer. And the consumer just said, okay, I'm gonna hold on to my cash. That's the worst thing to do in a debtor nation because money is not flowing. The PPI went up, and then when the PPI went up, the CPI went up because it's costing more money to generate the exact same goods or services because of inflation. And so, do I think they'll actually pause? I think that they probably will because I think what's more valuable to them is controlling the psyche of the consumer. Because if the consumer becomes not confident in the system, we're in some real trouble. You agree?
Oh yeah, they already screwed over the consumer.
Oh, so yeah.
Think about this. For the average person, inflation came.
Mhm.
You want to go McDonald's. McDonald's, you get something about $5-6.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Cool. All of a sudden inflation comes, now that's $10.
Yes.
So now it's costing more. You're like, hey, I'm spending more money. Then the Fed steps in and says, hold up, too much inflation. We're going to raise interest rates.
Yeah.
Now, your company doesn't have money.
Yeah.
So you get fired.
Yeah.
The McDonald's is still $10 and you have no job.
Yeah.
Now you got to put on a credit card to buy that meal. But wait, interest rates went up. So now that inflated McDonald's price is even more expensive because your credit card is up.
Yep.
You got hit 3 different times, all by the Fed. They printed the money and then made the money more expensive.
But then, Cliff, to offset the rise in cost of McDonald's, what is the consumer doing? They give themselves a manufactured raise. What is that? They're beginning to buy a lot more of goods and services and placing them on those credit cards. You actually heard what Tom actually said. Tom said banks are saying the credit card balances are astronomical. Why? Because wages are not outpacing inflation. So the money has to go somewhere because there's a shortage there. So where does the money have to come from? Credit cards. That's even more catastrophic. But this is what I'm really kind of afraid of, Cliff, is what is going to be the response to the consumers when the layoffs begin to increase? And they're coming. They're coming.
It's going if they this is the thing. It's possible that one one of the person who was talking with Tom that he was referring to said we could skip it altogether. That's possible, but they would have to get it perfectly right to unwind this interest rate. And I don't have confidence that they're going to do that. They're going to overshoot by at least 3, maybe 4 months. And for that time period, it's going to get bad. Layoffs are going to keep coming. Real estate's going to keep going down. Companies are going to go bankrupt while they're waiting for these year-over-year numbers to catch up.
Yeah, because I think that they're making policies based on narratives, not on fiscal policy. And you got to be disciplined to fiscal policy. You got to get out of this narrative game, guys, and allow for things to kind of adjust, if that makes some sense. So, man, what do you think? Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say the last point is they're doing this as the economy's falling, right? Well, you can't keep raising interest rates as the economy's falling because we don't even know where the market is. 3 months ago, the market was completely different than it is today. We don't know until they stop raising it. Then we can settle and figure out where we're at. Nobody knows, not even them. So they have to pause, from my perspective, to see where we're at and then make an adjustment. To make it now, not knowing where the market really is. I don't know the true value of real estate in a market where the interest rates are going up month over month.
And that does lend to a very volatile market when you have to continue to increase interest rates over and over and over and over and over again. As a consumer, I'm like, yeah, they don't know what's going on. They're guessing. They don't know what's going on. And then that makes it a little bit more difficult for the investor because, as me and Cliff was talking today, guys, the pretendo investor is out.
Right.
They're gone. They're gone. They're gone. That's why I always said a joint venture partnership or mergers and acquisitions or M&As is the good way to go because why? You get to partner with the experience. And the experience can bring the debt and also the success. And you begin to have success today, to have success together. It's better to get 30% or 40% of something than 100% of nothing. Does that make sense?
True. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and that's, matter of fact, that's what I am doing right now is trying to get joint venture deals together and deep discount deals. I've got several I'm negotiating with right now, and I'm talking about I'm getting 30% off what they're asking, and I'm trying to get it closer to 50 when I'm done negotiating.
Yes. Like I'm talking to one of our business partners behind the scenes, and I won't mention the person's name without their permission. But what's going on is we're looking at 2 or 3 apartment complexes right now, and as you know, we're talking about those transactions. The numbers weren't looking too hot, but you made a point. You said, Liddell, if they're needing to sell, they're in some trouble because they're only going to sell if they give a discount because no one is moving. Because the sophisticated investor understands I can wait. I can wait and wait and wait and wait and wait until you give me what I want. And you're going to give me what I want. It's very, very simple.
Exactly. Because as I said to Dale, Dale, would you sell today? He's like, no, I ain't selling. I'm like, right. So anybody who is selling is for a reason. They have to sell, right? Because if you could wait a year, 6 months, 9 months, you would. And to somebody selling right now, you could make the pitch. Interest rates could go up next month. Prices could fall further next month unless buy.
Yes.
So the offer I'm giving to you may be your best.
Yeah, you better take it.
Right.
You better take it. Creativity is the new currency, guys. In order for you to begin to be successful in real estate, really in any type of business, whether it be private equity, venture capital, or real estate, you're going to have to get creative. That means joint venture agreements, merchant acquisitions, okay, JVs with debt components, getting some of your money up front, and then becoming partner in it, and then get take care on the back end. You're going to have to be creative, and you better be okay with taking a lot less up front, because if not, you're going to be stuck like Chuck. That makes sense?
Exactly. Hey, that's the environment we in.
All right, y'all. We went in. We went in on this one, y'all. Thank y'all for your patience. But guys, you guys are here for one subject, guys. Remember, I just said creativity. Creativity is the key. Well, it don't get more creative than this, Cliff. How to make money through subject to investing. Okay. Now, for those newbies, Cliff, for those newbies, man, if you could detail what is a subject to transaction, what is it?
It's basically taking title to the property subject to the mortgage. So I take title, ownership, current mortgage stays in place. I'm basically taking over the payments for the mortgage.
Yes. Yes. That's all it is, guys. Someone is behind on mortgage, can't sell because the property's been on the market a long period of time. Sound familiar? They are have done a modification on their mortgage, and they initially had a 2% interest rate. Well, guys, here's a secret. Here's a detail you got to understand. With modifications, you don't keep the same interest rate. It goes to the current rate as it is.
Right.
So they're normally paying $1,000 a month. Now have to pay $2,000 a month in an already inflationary environment right now, to where their wages are being outpaced by the very inflation that's causing this problem. That makes sense. Another thing, they can't sell because it's been on the market for a long period of time. Expired listings. That's another transaction.
Oh, yeah.
Those are the ones you want to kind of look at, and those type of transactions, they are listed if you have the right pitch. You agree, Cliff?
Yeah. You got to hit the right person at the right time with the right pitch.
Time. Yes. Now, quick question, Cliff. Do you need any credit to do this?
No, you don't need no credit.
Do you need a down payment to buy a property like this?
No, you get a good enough deal, you don't need that.
So you can literally walk into a transaction, Cliff, sign a piece of paper, a couple pieces of paper, and now you own the property. You control it, the title of it, and the debt is not even in your name, right?
Exactly.
Guys, that's subject to investing. You can literally buy a property for nothing. Guys, I bought 8 properties at one time in Kansas City, Missouri. 8 properties at one time in Kansas City, Missouri, right? 8 of them. And when I bought them, guys, I bought them subject to. The rate was 2%. I charged 10. I was making more than the bank when it came to those properties. That's crazy. And none of the debt was ever in my name. But I had the title to all the properties. I did. So I own those boys. All right, guys. Now, Cliff, how can we locate these type of properties? What are kind of the ways we can locate them boys?
I would say the easiest ones are underwater properties because they can't sell. So you come to them with an option to get out of that scenario. Mm-hmm. So, underwater basically is the property is worth less than the mortgage.
That is correct. Now, Cliff, last time I checked, there was an actual report that came out to where in the last 36 months, the Americans have lost about $3 trillion in equity. $3 trillion in equity. So it's safe to say, Cliff, that properties are valued less than they were last year?
Yep.
Now, you're a licensed appraiser, right? You're a licensed appraiser. And so you would know these type of facts, right?
Oh, yeah. I see it every day.
Every day. Give a what is a percentage of a decline you've seen when it comes to equity in homes?
It's kind of all over the place, but I'll say I've seen as large as like 30%.
In Texas?
Yeah, in the last 6 months, where the higher the price of the property, everything fell for them, right? I've seen houses go from, 700,000 trying to get 575 right now.
Wow.
Easy.
Wait a minute. You said 700,000, and that's trying to get $575,000 now. God, y'all. Okay, let me get the calculator out real fast, Cliff. Let's get that out, y'all. Let's see what this is about. You cool with that? Let's see real fast. Let's see, y'all. So Cliff, you said real quickly, you said they were trying to sell them for how much?
Right around 700,000.
So 575 divided. Let's go and put the zeros. Divided by 700,000.
Right.
Look at this, y'all. Look at the discount. That's a 18% discount.
Right.
You were about right, about 20%, right?
Right. Yep.
You're about right, 20%. Guys, in Austin, Austin's very inflationary. In Austin, that 575 would probably be around like 500,000, 475. Because Austin was so inflated. Yeah, my whole point for showing you guys these facts is the environment is right for this type of investment. Would you agree, Cliff?
Oh yeah.
Very simple, guys. Very simple, guys. Number 3. Go to it real fast. Can you really make money with this type of strategy, Cliff? Can you really make money?
Oh yeah. You can get cash flow. You could flip it. You can do all kinds of that stuff when you got a subject too. Gotcha.
Man, should I show them an example, Cliff, or should I show them an example real fast?
Oh yeah, see what we got.
Here go example real fast, y'all. I'm actually going to show you guys an example. Can you guys let me make that bigger for everybody? For the people in the back row. Here we go. Hold on, I got you. We're gonna make it a little bigger. All right, let me scoot it over real fast for you.
Hold on, I'll be right back. Dale, break it down. I'll be right back.
I got you. All right, guys, I'm gonna make this a little bigger for you so you can see what's going on. I want you to see the power of this. Look at this. All right, guys, look at this. Here is an actual example of subject 2. I hope you guys can see it. I'll try to make it bigger if I can, but I want you guys to see. Nope, I can't do that. No. Here we go. That's fine. All right, here we go, guys. Here's a subject to investing. Here's an example of what it is. Okay, here we go. Let's say, an example, you have a property that's valued at $200,000, $200,000, not $200,000. All right. The principal owed is $150,000, $150,000. So you have an equity position of $50,000. All right. And let's say the mortgage payment is $1,200. Okay, but they are $7,200 in payment in arrears, which means they owe that. They're behind on their payments. All right, cool. So the homeowner needs help. So what's the solution? Well, you can bring the payments current, okay? And that can be done with your own cash, a credit card, a credit partner, a joint venture business partner with you as well, no problem. The property is deeded to you, which means you own the property now. You benefit from a lower interest rate, okay? Because you get a low interest rate. And cash flow, you cash flow the property via a lease or seller financing. That's another strategy, guys, which is fine. So now the notice you have a cash flowing asset on the books. On the books. Simple. So you literally bought a property for $7,200 total. No debt on your DTI, nothing, and you control the property at the exact same time, and it's cash flowing. That's a pretty sweet deal, isn't it, Clip?
Oh yeah, get a good ROI on your money.
It's real simple, guys. I bought 8 of these at one time, 8, and on my transaction, guys, I paid $0, $0, literally. Because why? His payments were current. This guy's payments was current, guys. His payments was current. His problem is he had 8, and he lived in California, and his problems were in Missouri. He couldn't manage them. So what happened? Come holler at your partner. I came in to put the boys over. Everyone was 2%. All 8. and I was making 10% on that seller financing option. That's another strategy. We ain't going to that one today, y'all. But yes, can you make money on this? Yes, you can. We just saw the numbers. If you want to add anything, brother?
It's the you got to know what you're doing though. You got to understand if you're going to do it. That's a more advanced level way of doing it. So you got to understand what you're doing.
That's the key thing, guys, because you can, guys, you realistically can. You can structure this thing the wrong way. And if you structure it the wrong way, you're in some trouble.
Right.
You could be in some deep trouble, guys. It has to be structured in a specific way to make sure that it's kosher. All right, guys. All right. And lastly, man, we'll be done. How popular will this strategy be moving forward, in your opinion?
Oh, right now it's huge. This is probably the best time to use it because people can't, there's not many options out there. So when you come along with an actual solution, you're the only one they can see.
That's it, guys. Because all the masters know, they know to buy real estate, I have to go locate a property via a realtor or for sale by owner, and then go borrow the money to go out and buy it. But I just showed you a total different strategy that gets the realtor out the way. No bank needed at all. No needed at all. None of that stuff. Nothing. If that makes sense. If that makes sense. But Cliff, man, what you think, Doc? You agree, fam?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think there's opportunities. That's what I'm trying to look for. We try to give you the knowledge and information that took us a long time to acquire. And what I always try to say is you could learn how we did, which was writing checks. When we made a mistake, we wrote a check. Or you could actually learn from our mistakes and try to bypass all that and use the information we already learned from I overpaid for a bathroom. I overpaid for the flooring. I pay too much for the property. We're trying to help you avoid that.
Exactly, guys. Exactly, man. Guys, remember these three principles. This is what me and Cliff, we kind of swear by this, guys. We have three principles when it comes to any investment, but specific in real estate. Insure, okay? Leverage properly and protect. Remember those three things. Insure, leverage properly, and protect. It's real simple. If you do that, guys, you'll never go wrong. You will never go wrong. Now, before we end, Cliff, let's go here real fast, guys. Now, why do you think that I mentioned this, guys? It's because of this here. I want to show you this. If you don't mind, I'm get rid of this real fast. Guys, this is one of the courses in our real estate course. And it's me teaching. It's me teaching. I'm actually teaching how I bought those 8. I probably bought Cliff subject to probably around 50 properties subject to 50. 50 over my career, 50. Easy. And I think on all of them, I put zero money down. Zero. None. No money down on all 50. And I bought probably the lion's share of them between 2008 and 2015.
Oh, yeah.
What happened back then? The debacle. So, guys, this is one of the reasons we wanted to show you this, guys, real quickly here. Let me make it bigger for everybody. Let me see. We do it like this here. How this look? It look terrible. That look horrible. Nope, that looks horrible. There we go. This is the Subject to Investing course, guys. There's a beginning section, an intermediate course, and an advanced course, guys. I go deep into you. I gave you the spreadsheet that I use. I gave you all the contracts that I use, the mortgage closures, also trust agreements. Yes, I give you that too, as well. Vendors that we use to locate them as well, because there's a way you can actually market for these properties and get them. And this is where there are SFR or apartment complexes. I did say it. Subject to Investing, those work for apartment complexes all day long. And we have a question to how much is the course, guys? This one is a la carte. So how we want to do it, guys, we didn't know where everybody was. So let me go here. This course here is $5,000, and you get everything. But if it's not, if that's too much for you right now, I understand. I tell everybody, join the Cash Flow Club. Begin there. That's just $99. Join the Cash Flow Club, y'all. That's easy to do. And what me and Cliff do is we actually have weekly webinars. Bi-weekly webinars, and we go deep into transactions, deep into strategies that we don't go on here, which is fine. But also bring your transactions as well. Bring them. We'll look at them, vet them, help you structure them, and also if the deal makes some sense, Cliff and I we'll put our own money into it and partner with you on it. Whether it be new construction, apartment complex, commercial, specific type of commercial, or SFR. You name it, we're looking at it. Because in our minds, we are being very aggressive right now. Very aggressive right now. So I understand, guys, if this section right here, guys, is too much, I understand. No problem with it at all. No problem. I tell everybody to begin here. The Cash Flow Club. Begin right there. Begin there, guys. But if you want to get that secret sauce, though, I'm talking about everything. The very concepts that I use, yes, that was constructed by our attorneys. You get that in the sub 2 package as well. Also, so it's real simple. And also, guys, I gotta always say this about Cliff as well. Cliff, guys, if you are a novice in real estate, we know real estate can be a very, very complex area as well. Here we go. Here is Real Estate Investing 101, the basics. So you understand the acronyms, equity, cash flow, structure. Cliff goes that. Hey, Cliff, man, let them know what you can talk about a little bit in this course, man.
Yeah, so I just go over the basics. I'm trying to make sure that you have the ground and foundation that you're looking for in order to start understanding what a deal looks like. How do you look at acquisitions? What that process is in order to close on that deal, and what you're looking at whenever you're paying attention to a deal. So we're just starting off with the foundation, trying to make sure you understand the fundamentals. So I basically made it so that you can get a good start. And when you're starting from ground zero after the course, you're no longer at zero. You have more information to work with in order to start closing on some deals. Very
simple, guys. Most investors do not start here. They jump right into the deep end and they get destroyed because they face someone like me or Cliff at the table. And we're more astute, unfortunately, guys, because we have 20 plus years in the game. So it's important for you to know the acronym. So when you go in front of a lender like myself or Cliff, we know that you know what you're talking about and how to execute the plan. Know the basics. Know the basics. All right, guys. So that's all I have for today, guys. Does anyone have any questions at all? I know that normally we want to open it up for questions, but just let me know if you have any questions. You can type it in the chat at all, period, which would be fine, or put it in the question box as well if you're on Instagram as well, guys. But that's all I have for today. That's it. Cliff, you have anything else you want to add, man, before we get off?
No, that's it. This man, it's a good opportunity. Good. Start learning, and remember, you don't have to do a ton of deals. You can do 1 deal, 2 deals, 3. Start small, and then you could build. So it's all about what you're looking for.
Yes, build. Start small, guys. Start small, and also we're all going to be dropping another course, and it's going to be really directed toward brokers. And what I mean by brokers? What I mean by that is this: here is brokers are individuals that actually bring debt to the table for transactions, and yes. You can also broker our cash too. So we'll make it easy for you to make some money as well also. If that makes some sense. So that course is coming. Every single month, we're actually uploading more courses to the Cash Flow Club. And I can't wait for you guys to see Cliff's course. Cliff going deep into how to buy and sell a property, how to buy, renovate, and sell a property in this economy in 90 days. He's walking you through that entire project. We're talking about scope of work. We're talking about spreadsheets. He's going to be walking you through Home Depot and Lowe's and pricing out materials. And you're going to be able to see, peek into his mind. This is a licensed realtor, okay, and also a general contractor as well as an investor, guys. So what he has up in here, you want to know. Cliff, real quick before we get off, we had an investment in Florida, right?
Right. Yeah.
And what was the budget for that property, Doc?
Man, that was a big budget. That was like close to $500,000, somewhere close to there.
600,000.
Yeah.
How much did it cost us to renovate it?
Like $375.
So wait a minute. We had a budget of 600,000, and you being the head GC got it down to 350, 375, right?
Something like that. Yeah.
So now remember, we had 600,000. What happened to that other $225,000?
Oh, you get to pocket that.
That's another strategy that we're going to show you guys as well, is how to structure your transactions to where you can make money when you acquire properties, as you renovate, and when you go to long-term or flip it. That is possible. We do it all the time. But hey, I digress, man. But guys, that's all I have for today. Cliff, you want to say anything before we get off?
Man, that's it, man. Just keep letting us know, and we're going to keep coming back here.
Every day, guys. And now, guys, you know, before you leave and while you can, man, you see my Carolina blue, man, as I wipe myself off because I smell so good and look better than you. Take that damn picture and give it to your grandma now. All right? Now, holla at your partner. All right, y'all. Peace.
Peace.
I give thanks. Whoa. Bless God, give thanks. Bless God, give thanks. Whoa. Bless God, give thanks. Whoa. Big God, big grace. Whoa. Big God.